What's up guys? In this video, I want to ask you, are you leveling up in 2020? Now for those of you who are serious about making some big changes over the coming months, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video as a few spots have just become available to work with me one-on-one in order to help you achieve all your goals. So stick around to the end of the video for more announcements on that. With that being said, let's dive into today's video. So I want to ask you, are you leveling up in the year 2020? Now it's been a bit of a crazy year, right? But on anyone's scale, it's going to go down in history as one of those very weird years. Now, one thing that's definitely come to the forefront of our attention is how much uncertainty there is in the world, all right, and how much uncertainty there is in life. Now, as a poker player, you should be fairly good at dealing with uncertainty, but these life events that are going on have kind of shown us that most people can't deal with it. So in this video, I'm going to go through some skill sets that you should be working on. This year has highlighted a lot of problems that we're having as a society and as individuals, and I want to make sure you guys are leveling up throughout this. All right, so during chaotic times, we can treat it as a kind of something that's bad and it's having a negative effect, or we can treat an obstacle as a challenge, a way to grow and a way to improve. I want to make sure all you guys are improving, that you're leveling up and you're investing in yourself so you're becoming a better version. So when 2021 rolls around, you're a better version of yourself. You're confident, you're in the right headspace, and you've advanced yourself to a high level. And there's zero excuses not to be leveling up on a daily basis. So today, we're going to talk about 4 ways you can level up your mindset, 4 ways to level up your performance, and 4 ways to level up your lifestyle. And I want to challenge you guys to think about it. Are you actually leveling up in these areas? These are some of the fundamental areas you should be working on as a person, but also as a poker player in order to get to the higher levels of performance. And I want to ask you, are you bad, average, or elite in these areas? And I want you to be thinking about this as we go through the video. All right, so the first area of mindset which I want to talk about is the ability to deal with uncertainty. All right, this is very fitting based on the kind of climate we're in right now. As I'm shooting this, we're in a pandemic and most of the world on some form of lockdown or isolation, so it's been a lot of uncertainty. When's it going to end? When's the economy's back to normal? When can we see our friends? When can we do normal stuff? When can we travel? At the moment, I can't leave Bali. I'm kind of locked in to this island. So we've got like a lot of uncertainty, and no one really knows the answers. You can spend your time on Google and forums, but there's an element where you just have to accept we don't know, and you've got to be okay with that. Now, as a poker player, this is huge because poker players really need to train the skill set of uncertainty. You need to get used to not knowing if you're going to win, not knowing if you're going to lose. When's the downswing going to end? How long is it going to take to make X amount of money? What your goals are? Uncertainty is so fundamental to poker. All right, so I want to ask you: are you using this time on a world level now to work on the skill set of uncertainty? Because the way we deal with one situation is the way we deal with another one. If you're freaking out right now because of the stuff that's going on a world level, you're not going to be much good at the poker tables. I'll tell you that for free, okay? So you've got to be working on the skill set. So using this current uncertainty, are you building your ability to deal with uncertainty? And is that helping you at the poker tables? If not, why not? Why are you not using this opportunity to let go of some of the restrictions, let go of some of the control, and basically breathe into that uncertainty? So first one, uncertainty. And at the moment, where would you rate yourself? Are you elite at dealing with uncertainty, meaning nothing bothers you? You're like, whatever, however long it takes, I got it. Are you bad? Do you freak out going, when are my results going to turn around? When's the economy going to reopen? When am I going to see my friends? Are you freaking out about those stuff? If you are, you need to be working on it. It's a skill set, right? So all of these things we're covering today, they're skill sets that you improve, all right? So how you deal with uncertainty. So let's say, let's give you an average right now, somewhere there. So I always think everything's on a scaling, right? And a lot of people don't view their life this way. Uncertainty is a skill set you develop. If you're average, you want to get to elite. Until you're elite at something, you don't want to stop improving. This is what a lot of people do. They'll say like, yeah, I'm all right with this. I can deal with uncertainty. All right, cool. Can you? Can you deal with really big downswings? Can almost any situation happen and you be level and okay with it? If the answer is no, all right, you've got work to do. And are you happy to be around here, or do you want to be elite? And I want to challenge you guys to keep working on it. Which parts of uncertainty are difficult for you? I'm guessing big downswings. Most of you guys watching this, going on the big downswing is going to create a lot of need to, when's it going to end? Where's it going to come? Where's it going to come back on the upswing? You guys have got to sit with it. You've got to sit with that uncertainty. Where's it coming from, and how can I get better with it? All right, second one we want to look at is your emotions. All right, so how do you deal with your emotions? Again, current world affairs, but also poker drags you around emotionally. Why does it do that? Because we link our emotions, our internal state, to outcomes. All right, most of our emotional kind of flare-ups come because the world doesn't go as we want it to, or it goes the way we don't want it to. All right, so we get the results we don't want, or we don't get what we think we want. And you've got to learn to appreciate, like, oh, why am I having trouble with my emotions? Why am I getting angry when I'm losing? Why am I getting annoyed at myself? And you'll realize that there's a cause-effect relationship, and it's coming from the way you're viewing situations, the meaning that you're putting in events. So right now, how well can you stay in control of your emotions? Day to day, off the tables and on the tables, especially on the tables. How much do you get dragged around? How much are your emotions linked to your results? How many of you guys are fine on downswings? How many of you guys, your friends and partner wouldn't notice if you're on a downswing? That's a good test. If the people around you would have no idea you're in a downswing, that's a good chance that you're on elite level. All right, so emotions. Now with these, I want to keep asking you, are you leveling up? Like, the goal is not to be at the 100% mark. It's like, are you improving? Are you aware that you need to be working on dealing with uncertainty? Are you aware that you need to work on dealing with your emotions? Are you progressing? Are you getting better? I've been working on this for probably 8-9 years now. I'm still improving my ability to handle my emotions in various scenarios. Are you guys working on this? Are you guys checking in with yourself on a daily basis to see if you're improving in this area? All right? So let's say you're decent at that, you're decent at emotions, you want to be getting further, you want to be getting higher on the ratings. All right, next mindset skill set to be working on or leveling up is your focus. All right, like one of the keys to performance. All right, now this is a real big one in the current world because we've got social media, we've got YouTube, we've got Twitch, then we've got the news, we've got everything that wants to distract us from what we want to do. All right, so we're trying to pin our attention on one thing, but the side angles or kind of peripheral is getting blocked off by other things. So it's very hard to focus. But right now, if you want to have success in anything, focus is the key. If you want to have a successful poker career, focus is the key. You know, you want an elite level focus. By that I mean, can you focus on what you want for as long as you want? Can you have direct focus on just the poker tables without any side noise? If no, you've got to be working on this. So if you want to score yourself based against other poker players, will you be bad, average, or elite? Are you one of the best focus in the world, or are you one of the worst? And you've got to realize, like I said, it's on a scaling. So your goal is to improve this over time. Are you working on your focus? There's two ways to work on your focus. You train it through meditation, away from the tables, and you train it at the tables by trying to put your attention on one thing and not letting distractions get in your way. When they do, you set your focus back. So are you working on this? Are you trying to improve your focus? All right, and with focus, you want to be high. I think like right now, like this is the superpower. Like, if you can focus when other people can't for long periods on one thing, you're gonna have amazing results. But again, it's a skill set. Are you working on it? Do you have a daily practice to improve your focus? If not, get thinking about it. Get thinking about how you can start working on your focus on a daily and weekly basis. And the final one, I'm going to call peak states. All right, let's call peak states for today. Now, what I mean by this is what people generally call flow or in the zone, but be able to reach that high performance state. As a poker player, if you really want to excel, you want to be in peak states often, all right? Not 100% of the time, because that's probably not possible for anyone, but you want to get yourself into peak states. To do that, you need high focus, you need high emotional control, you need to be able to deal with uncertainty. If these three are all taken care of, peak states happen more often, where things feel effortless. You're playing your best poker, you're playing your A game, you're really intuitive, you're in the zone, and things are effortless. How much time do you spend in peak states right now? Are you improving that? Are you trying to get yourself into these heightened states? Are you controlling your environment, controlling all the stimulus, so that you give yourself an opportunity to be in a peak state? All right? I'd say a lot of people aren't doing this, all right? So probably somewhere low, okay? Maybe spontaneously you end up in a peak state, but most of the time you don't. And as a result, you need to work on this to understand how to get in that peak state and cultivate it more often. All right, again, they're on a scaling and you're trying to improve these. You need to be working on leveling them up over the course of time. Now we're going to jump into performance, all right? So the first one I want to ask you is, are you leveling up your productivity, all right? Are you getting more done than you used to? Are you getting the most out of yourself on a daily basis, all right? Super fundamental. All right, like if you can't get the most out of yourself, how do you expect to have success? All right, how do you control your environment in the moment so that you're able to execute on the things that you want to? So productivity, again, this is a one where you've got to set the scorecard. You've got to set the agenda. What do you want to get out of a day, and are you executing on that? If you don't set yourself much things during a day, but you execute on them, that's still a productive day. But if you're setting the goal really big, I want to get all these things done, and at the end of the day you don't, that's the problem, all right? So how productive are you being right now? And are you working on leveling this up? Are you trying to get more out of yourself? In a world full of distractions, are you able to isolate the tasks that need to be done and execute? Are you getting your study sessions in? Are you hitting the gym? Are you working on all the stuff you need to improve on and off the tables? If no, have a think about how you can start leveling up further going forward. All right, so you're middle of the road for productivity. All right, next one I want to talk about is your habits. What habits are you improving? What habits do you have right now? And your habits basically dictate your life over time, without being too esoteric here. Like, your habits lead to the behaviors you repeat over and over, and we're often the sum of our repeated actions. Okay, so what habits do you have right now? Are you working on getting rid of your bad habits? We all have some of them. And are you working on developing good habits that enable you to execute at a higher level? What are your current habits? If I followed you around for a day, what would I see? How many good habits have you got? How many bad habits have you got? And are they in alignment with your goals? If you tell me you want to be the best player in the world, but you've got a load of bad habits and only a couple of good ones, I'm going to call bullshit and go, well, you don't want it that bad because you've got all these bad habits. Are you working on getting rid of the bad and forming the good ones? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to form new habits? Have you worked out the system how to do it? It's actually a systemized way to form habits, which isn't that difficult. You actually form habits quite easily once you know how to do it. Once you build a track record with yourself, you can build a habit here, build a habit there. All of a sudden, building new habits is easy, all right? So breaking down bad and building new habits, super important. And again, it's on scaling. Where are you right now? If you have 4 good habits and 2 really bad ones, you're doing okay, but you're not doing great. If you have 7 good habits which are in line with your goals, no bad ones, awesome. You got you towards the high end of the scale. But are you improving your habits? Are you working on this? Are you trying to organize your days, your routines in alignment with your goals so you can actually form the habits that are needed to be successful? If not, get working on leveling up. The next one I want to cover is self-discipline. All right, so this is really key. Like, we need to build our willpower to be able to execute on the things that we deem important. All right, a lot of us set agendas like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and we just can't follow through. We can't execute. You've got to ask yourself, why is that? It's because we haven't got used to our conscious will overriding our default negative inner chatter. All right, so we'll often let our feelings dictate. I can guarantee when you don't do stuff that you say you wanted to do, the reason will be because you didn't feel like doing it. You didn't feel like doing it, therefore your mind started something to chatter why it's not even needed. Do it tomorrow, can't be bothered right now, I'm gonna do this instead. Then you get distracted to fill that void and you don't do it. So you've got to build self-discipline. And the way I like to do this is to build in small steps. Can you say, I'm going to study for 5 minutes at this time? Can I do a 5-minute workout? Can I get up at the time I say I'm going to get up? You've got to have these little micro wins consistently so you build that relationship with yourself and you become somebody who can actually follow through on the things you say you are. But right now, where are you for discipline? If I follow you around for a day, you had a day schedule, a full day schedule. Let's say a week, let's test you for a bit longer. You had a full week schedule of things to do, and I followed you around for a week to see which ones you executed on and which ones you didn't. What's going to be the success rate? Is it going to be high or is it going to be low? All right, so you've got to be working on your discipline, self-discipline. Next one I want you to be working on is your growth. All right, and by this I just mean, are you improving? Are you learning? Are you growing on a daily and weekly basis? What is your procedure or your kind of routines right now for learning? How do you learn? How do you learn about poker? How do you study? How do you learn about life? What skills and knowledge are you trying to grow? What channels are you watching on YouTube? You're watching this one, so that's a good start. What books are you reading? How are you educating yourself, and how are you growing? At the end of each day, do you feel like you've grown? This is one of my own personal biggest values. I challenge myself to grow every day. Did I grow today? And I ask myself a question, how did I get better today? How did I grow? And I have an honest answer. If I don't feel like I did, I'll answer that. But often I'm trying to learn new information, trying to get better at skills I deem valuable. So for you, have you got a growth routine? How do you grow every day? Are you trying to work on this and improve, level up this area? All right, so let's say your self-discipline score was low, you can't execute, but you're learning every day. You're learning about poker and you're watching this video today, so that's a good sign. All right, so your performance scores are all locked in. But these are, like I said, everything's always going to continue. I think often we check out here and go, I'm all right at that. I'm all right at self-discipline. We don't realize that there's extra levels. There's extra levels. There's always, you've got to be leveling up always, and none of these get completed. All right, none of these are I'm good enough at that. You want to find what your weak links are, or the thing that's going to have the biggest reward, and work on that first. But all of these areas, you need to be working on them. They're all super fundamental and important to your long-term results. Then we've got your lifestyle. And we're going to start with the first thing to level up is your energy levels, all right? Your energy levels are fundamental to everything. Have you tried to get stuff done when you're low energy? It's hard, right? Almost anything is hard when you're low energy. Whether it's going for a workout, whether it's getting a study session in, whether it's grinding, whether it's making yourself some food. It's all hard when you've got low energy. But if you've got high energy, life is easy. All right, so you've got to work on how you optimize your energy. Now, energy is it's a kind of multifaceted thing. It's your sleep, it's your exercise, stress management, it's your health, it's your motivation levels on a daily basis. But are you working on increasing your energy levels? How high are your energy levels right now? If we scored you every single day, at the start of the day and end of the day, we measured your energy levels throughout based on your own kind of subjective experience, how would you rate yourself? Are you a 5 out of 10? Are you a 10? And it's not many people are 10s, but are you towards the high end or the low end? All right, so energy levels. Let's say you're somewhere low, somewhere mid. And again, are you working on improving this? The whole point of this video is talking about leveling up. It's not about, yeah, I've got amazing energy. I want to ask you, are you working on improving this? Are you working on getting more energy? I would class myself as quite a high energy guy. I'm obsessed with getting more energy. I'm obsessed. I'm tracking my sleep. I'm tracking my movements. I'm tracking my stress levels. I'm tracking things that work for me in terms of diet, things that don't. I'm experimenting with different times of day in the sun. And I'm always obsessed with energy levels because I know it's one of the biggest variables. If I've got high energy, I'll back myself to have a good day. If I've got low energy, it's an uphill battle. So yeah, so fundamental. You guys have got to be optimizing your energy levels on a daily basis, right? This year is a great year to be working on that. Then we've got your health. All right, so health obviously includes how much you're exercising, what foods you're eating, and how they're impacting your body. But are you getting healthier? Has 2020 been a year where you've optimized your health? Or have you used the whole pandemic situation as an excuse to gyms are closed, been eating junk food, have you put on weight, or have you gotten better shape? All right, and there's excuses for everything if you want to use them, but have you been optimizing your health this year? If not, can you start now? Can you start improving your health? All these things need to be on an upward trajectory. So you're middle of the road right now. All right, so are you optimizing your health? Are you trying to improve it over time? And at the moment, what parts of your health are the worst? Do you exercise regularly, but eat crappy food? Do you eat okay foods, but you don't really get outside much? Do you exercise a decent amount, but you never spend any time outdoors in nature? How are you improving your health? All right, it's really, really important. Again, it's going to obviously link into your energy levels. If you're healthy, you're generally going to have more energy. If you're unhealthy, you're generally going to have less energy. All right, so you've got to be, again, working on how can I improve this? Where am I right now on the scaling? And am I working to get to elite? All right, again, these things that you've got to keep working on them. It's not like I'm healthy. I would class myself quite healthy, but I don't say I'm fully healthy. I don't work on it. I'm always trying to improve it. I'm always trying to improve my diet, improve my exercise routines, improve everything that's going to lead to better health. All right, next one, stress, but stress management. How do you manage your stress? One thing I guarantee, as a poker player, you've got a high amount of stress. I'm going to say a lot higher than most occupations. I'm going to put my neck on the line on this one. More stress than most occupations. How do you manage your stress? How do you manage your stress day to day in terms of the way you process, the way you handle your emotions and deal with that day-to-day stress? But also, how do you unwind? How do you get yourself to de-stress? One of the best ways is to spend time in nature. Literally time in nature to recharge, going for walks outside. Awesome. You can do things like ice baths or cold showers even can reduce a bit of the inflammation. You can do exercise. I find like punching on punch bags and stuff releases some excess tension sometimes and we de-stress. Meditation, chilling, relaxing, breath work, a million things we can do for stress management. Time with friends, just having a good time. Are you balancing yours well? Where would you class yourself on the stress scaling? Are you highly stressed or lowly stressed? All right, so stress management, really big. And most people are not very good at this, all right? We can use the world affairs as an excuse to be stressed, or we can be leveling up. How am I getting better at managing myself? And this is a very kind of personalized one. Like your stress management protocols will be very different to somebody else's. But are you working on this? Are you thinking about it? Are you trying to improve the way you manage your stress right now? And the final one I want to cover is happiness. All right? Now this is a bit of a hard one to cover, but are you trying to be a happier person? At the end of the day, what's the goal of life? I'd argue it's to enjoy it, to be happy, to live fully in the moment, to have experiences and have a good time. Then you want to ideally give back to the people, share experiences with other people. But the whole thing hinges on, do you have a happy life? Are you happy right now? Are you working on improving your happiness? And this actually links in so well to performance. People who are happy perform well. Like, people don't see the direct correlation. Some of you guys watching this will be really ambitious people. And you'll be like, I'm got time to be happy, Adam. I'm too busy working. Wrong answer. Like, there's never an excuse not to try and work on being happy. You've got to find a way to enjoy the hard things, to enjoy the struggles. But overall, you do need to cultivate happiness into your life to fuel you to actually keep going. All right, so if you want to perform at a higher level and you're burning out a lot, happiness is one of the keys to that. All right, so are you working on leveling up your happiness? Do you understand yourself well enough to know the things that make you happy, the things that make you unhappy? We're different people, but we've all got a list of things. If I do these things, it makes me unhappy, or I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about life. If I do these things, it makes me happy. And you need to, all right, do more of those, do less of those. All right, you've got to work on cultivating this into your life. All right, so we've covered a lot of things today. These are things to get your mind going. There's lots of areas we can be leveling up. You don't need to be working on every single one simultaneously. You're probably going to burn out if you do, but these areas, like, are you working on some of these? Have you got a clear kind of path right now where you're leveling up? Are you getting better at the things that are most valuable to you? In 2020, it's been a crazy year, but it's also been an amazing opportunity to work on yourself. A lot of people are going to come out of 2020 a bit of a mess. Others are going to come out like machines, all right? They're going to be better versions of themselves. Why? Because we've had more time to work on ourselves. We've had more time to go inward rather than outward. We've had more time to slow things down and work the things that matter. We've had time to reflect, to reassess, and see what's actually needed to get us to the goals that are important to us. So if you guys have been leveling up, if not, now's your time. This video hopefully sparks some areas you guys can be working on leveling up and sort of see life as a progression. Am I getting better? Am I moving towards my goals? If I am, awesome. How can I do even better again and keep that process going? Remember, it's on a continuum. You never check out. You never check out of this game. If the answer to this question is ever no, I'm worried. I'm very, very worried no matter where you are. If you're the best player in the world and the answer is, are you leveling up in 2020 is no, you're going to get overtaken super quick. So are you leveling up at the speed that is needed in order to achieve your goals? Now, hope you enjoyed this video. Now, for some of you guys, you're going to want to have some extra progress. You're going to want to push things further than you've ever pushed in the next few months and really, really achieve things that you haven't achieved before. If that sounds like you and you would like to work with me one-on-one in order to help you achieve all your biggest goals, I've got a few spots available to work with me. So click on the link in the description and there is an application form you can go through to see if we're a good fit to work together. These are very limited spots and I only have a few available right now. But if you're thinking that's you like my style of content, you want some extra accountability, some extra motivation that push those systems and accountability in your life, then that could be a great fit for you. If not, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit the like button before you go. And there's going to be plenty more videos coming from me very soon.